Hello, hello.
Hello.
How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Tired. I'm just tired. Welcome, everybody, to the Commentary Zone Noontime Edition. Today is TLC Tuesdays. So, as you enter the room, please give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Most importantly, tell a friend. And hello to everybody in the live chat and everybody in the replay crew. Yay!
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right, so on the docket today, we have 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, Season 6, Episode 17, Tell All Part 2. And then we have You, Me, My Ex, Season 1, Episode 9, and Explosive Ending. That was the finale of that mess, right?
Yes.
Thank God. Okay, let's jump right into it. 90 Day Fiancé, Part 2.
Mhm.
This was
So I
crap.
so I watched this on my phone just so I
Mm-hmm.
could save time. This is a waste of my unlimited data plan. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just saying. I'm just saying. It's a waste of my unlimited data plan. It was trash. We didn't learn anything new. So maybe one thing, and that wasn't that big of a deal to me.
What
So
was it that was new?
well, we pretty much found out Yara was pregnant. That's pretty much it. Like if you like, that's pretty much it.
Is she, though?
Hmm?
Is
But
she really pregnant,
we
though?
know we know now though. Remember
Oh,
on
okay.
Instagram, we like in real time we know she's pregnant. But I'm just saying
Mm.
at that on the show, like we kind of could figure it out. Like 2 months and you're late, good chance that you're pregnant.
Was Jovi there? I'm
I
just
mean,
saying.
he was just there singing in the background on a
No,
couple of
I mean
segments.
2 months ago. You know how he
Oh,
worked.
shut up, shut up.
I'm just.
Yeah, yeah, no, he was there. He was there.
He was there. Okay.
Yeah, he was there.
You know, just checking. Okay, so I was surprised though, because all the boring couples were in this episode. But did you notice that Ronald gave good comments whenever he chimed in? I like what he
Yes,
had to say whenever he chimed in.
he was spot on.
Mm-hmm. Who do you want to go couple by couple?
Sure.
All right, so let's pick up with Angela and Michael because she left before
Right.
the filming was over.
She's like, come on, Skylar, we out here. I'm like, oh, this is what
Yeah,
we doing?
she came back in after her blow up and showing her nanas, um, and apologized for the profanities that she spewed all over everyone, and then said, "But I don't apologize for what I said." And just when I don't like Angela, it's like little things like this that make me like Angela because she stands in her own mess.
Right.
It might not come out as eloquently as we would like and in the volume, pitch, and screech that we like, but she stands by what she says. And I
That's
have
what
to give
makes her
credit for
likable.
that.
That's what
Yeah.
makes her likable. Like,
Uh-huh.
that's what she's not a hated character. She knows how she is, and she knows, like, she's not the most, like you said, the most elegant person, but, like, she's got mad. And I get it. You were
Mm-hmm.
upset, but was it unnecessary? No, but it is what it is. But she can come back and apologize and say, I didn't handle this correctly,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which is completely fine.
To a point, because I'm only going to give you so many of those
Well, of course.
those passes. But I do think Lydia needs to step back from Angela and Michael's marriage, and keep her comments to herself because obviously nothing's going to change.
Mm-mm.
And I wonder why Angela said that the wedding in Nigeria isn't legal here. Is it because you didn't do a legal wedding in Nigeria and you
Right.
didn't file any paperwork? Because if
Exactly.
you did, that is a legal marriage, girl.
Right. That's what I was like.
And
Did you not file the paperwork? Is
but
that
how
what it
is
was?
she filing for the spousal visa if it wasn't a legal marriage?
Right. Or did she file for the spousal visa? That's the thing. We have not seen any paperwork. about that spousal visa.
Uh,
I'm just saying.
they need to stop with this fake story. You know,
Yeah,
call a thing a thing, just stop with it because I'm over it. At this point, he's never coming here.
no,
He's had a good run. Angela, you've had a good run. You go off and live your life, and I'd rather not see any more of it.
right,
Thanks. And
exactly.
yeah, she and Skylar leave, and she's already asking the driver if he's married.
Yeah, didn't care.
Whatever. Who do you want to do next?
Let's do Yara and Joey.
Okay.
She's at this point, we'll say allegedly pregnant, most likely pregnant. Yay, happy couple.
Mhm.
I love Gwen. Gwen is MVP for me this episode. She was just spitting straight facts to Jovi. He needs to grow up, man up. You're a husband now. Like I can see what she said. She told I can see what you could be as a father husband, but you're just not quite there yet. You need to step it up.
Mhm.
And I agree with I never thought I would say this on this instinct, but I agree with Yara that if she is pregnant, which we know she is, like she should go back home to Ukraine, especially if Jovi's gone so much in like chunks. It would be super difficult for her to handle two kids under two by herself most of the time. I completely am with her on this one, and I love the fact that Jovi's like, you know what, it's not that big a deal. I can just fly to Ukraine to be with her. It's not that deep. I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. See, Jovi, you can get there. You gonna get there. I believe in you.
Okay. In the age of C19, let's see how that works. And she can handle two kids. She can.
Two kids under two.
Plenty of
Mm-mm.
women do it. Will it be easy? No. But she's a girl that can put herself together and organize herself. She's very regimented. She'll have them kids in Ukrainian army in no time. She can do it. Or worst case
She's
scenario, move closer to Gwen.
here's the thing with her, and this is the reason why I said she can't do it at this. I'm going to say at this point, the
Mm-hmm.
reason is because she's too insecure as a mother. That's the problem. That's the crux of my issue with her. Is she's too insecure. She's too clingy to Mila. She second guesses everything, and she needs a lot of support. If she needs that much support for one baby, she may go cuckoo with two. I'm sorry, it is what it is.
When the second baby come, her attachment to Mila will ease. Trust and know.
It'll ease, but the insecurities are still there.
I don't think she's insecure about being a mom. I
Oh,
don't.
she is. No, she says she is.
She could say she is because remember, this is a storyline for here on this
Okay.
show.
Okay.
I think so. And I think Gwen is more of a support than we
Yes.
know.
Oh yeah. Of
Uh,
course.
yeah. I'm just saying, like, it could be difficult to go back in this day and age with C19 going on and then expect him to go over there. If it was normal times, you could do it. Now, I don't think so.
But the way they're talking, it seems like they're more open over there, though. That was my thing. So we don't know what the situation like is
Hmm.
in Ukraine, but the way they're talking, like it's more open there. Because the way he made it sound, like, oh, I could just fly to Ukraine after I come normal. Okay, that kind of tells me you probably already looked into this as this being a possibility. As she's stated several times, like, you know, if I have another baby, I'm going back to Ukraine. That's it.
Mm-mm. I can tell you right now, they ain't looking at jack piddly poop.
Shut up. Be nice.
Australia is under lockdown right now,
Yep.
and they are a country that is conscious of what is going on and try to do every preventative step. Just because here we don't do that doesn't mean that other countries don't do that. I just don't think it's the best choice right now in this situation that the world is in right now, you
I didn't
know?
say I know it wasn't the best choice, but if it's gonna make her feel comfortable, I would go with that.
I would agree with you in normal times. Because she would feel more comfortable around her own mother. She probably has other family over there that can support her. We've
Hmm.
only seen Gwen and Monty is away a lot of the time in a similar job
Right.
to
Mhm.
Jovi. Um, I don't think we've seen a cousin. We saw one cousin, but she probably works. So again, not that much support. I get it. Um, I'm just thinking about what is going on otherwise and trying not to think along a storyline for this stupid show. Oof. Um, What'd you think when we found out that it was their anniversary that he took her to the strip club?
I was like, of all things, really. I'm like,
Mm.
Joey, are you serious? I'd be a little bit upset with you too. I probably cussed you out a couple times too. Take me to a strip club on my anniversary. Are you serious? Maybe on your birthday we can go to the strip club, but not on our anniversary. No.
Okay. Thank you, Montana. Um, yeah, I just thought that was kind of tacky. Um,
Just a
but
smidge.
okay. Yeah. Anything else with them?
Mm-mm.
Who's next?
Ronald and Tiffany, they did nothing, but they were
Well,
just singing in the background on this episode.
yeah, because I was like, I don't even have notes on them.
Mm-mm. No, they were just singing in the background, making good
Yeah.
points. Well, at least Ronald was making good
Ronald.
points.
Yeah,
Tiffany made some
yeah.
good points too, though. Tiffany
Mm-hmm.
has some good insights too. I'm like, oh, this is what you guys are here for. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Who's next? Wait, hold
Um,
on. So wait, it oh okay, all right. So we did Angela. So it's Elizabeth and Andre. We did Yara. Kalani and Asuelu. And Mike and Natalie, the unnecessaries.
let's do Mike and Natalie because they're really easy. Their relationship is over.
Mhm.
She's in flew across country and spending his money next.
Oh, but he's turning off the card and getting the divorce, right?
Yes, he's filing.
Yeah.
But you know, I would say that with Yara, did you see at the end that look that she gave him? She was giving me like Days of Our Lives Russian mistress vibes. When she turned and looked at him and she gave that look, I'm, oh, you're auditioning right now. Okay, I got you.
I thought she was just giving slow, small yellow bus vibes. Like, I don't know why she does that dumb look with her big old eyes. Like, it just looks stupid to me. It's not like it's almost like she's trying to do one of those soap opera telenovela.
That's why I said Days of Our Lives Russian mistress
Yeah, it
Russian
just
mistress
doesn't
tease.
make sense to me.
Exactly.
I know she wants to be an actress, but
Mhm.
okay.
That's exactly. She was really giving that look, that over the shoulder dramatic. I'm like, I'm like, there's no dramatic music in the background. What are you doing?
I don't get them. Um,
Next.
so yeah, so Sean confirms that everything is over. All right, so it's Kalani and Asuelu and Libby and Andre.
Let's do Kalani and Asuelu.
Okay.
With them, they brought, they talked, they brought up the mom and the sister.
And Kalini.
Um, hmm?
Kalini, the mom, and Tammy
Yeah,
came out. Yeah.
I mean, this was a train wreck. I'm sorry to all those who disagree with me, but Kalani should have like, nah, don't invite them to Christmas. Because nothing good was gonna come out of that. Zero, none. But then I do blame Swaley partly because he shouldn't have given her that baby blanket in front of his parents. Knowing now that we know the conversations they had behind the scenes.
And he shouldn't have talked to his mom and Tammy because that's giving them ammunition. You know, he shouldn't have talked to them about something that is supposed to be personal between him and his wife. And I don't think he understood at the time he spoke with his mom and sister that that is something that's private between them. I think now he understands it and you know, he defended his wife
Mm-hmm.
in that,
Yes.
but he made the tactical mistake that
Mm-hmm.
was the seed which started all of
Right.
this mess.
I think in his mind, I'm just wanting to my mom to maybe vent or get some advice. I really don't think he expected his mom
Yeah, no, I
to
agree
bring
with
it
you.
up.
He's
But
very naive, and I think he's been babied for so long by his mom because he's the last.
Yep.
I think he just has an attachment to his mom, which the mom and Tammy are using against him.
Right. And in terms of he's the baby, he's spoiled brat. He's always spoiled. I'm like, oh, you jealous?
Yes. Yeah. In that
Um,
instant was.
I'm like, you big make baby girl, big man.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that Kalani and Kalini stuck to their guns.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't going to be intimidated. They weren't backing down. They are like, no, this is between them. It's their decision. And then Kalini's like, well, she wants a girl too.
Oh,
So
and Ronald
I'm
said
like,
something really good in this
yeah,
when and Tammy was saying, "Well, he told us that he wants a baby girl," and Ronald jumped in and said, "I didn't hear her put a timestamp on anything. She didn't say she
exactly.
never wanted to have kids.
Right.
She got two back-to-back kids. Why you want to
Mhm.
throw a third on that? Like they're finally practicing responsible family planning.
Mhm.
Like I have to give them kudos for that. We were all coming down on her when she got pregnant with that second child. I know I
Yes.
did.
Yep.
Like, how could you be so stupid and have unprotected sex? So now that she is protecting herself and
Exactly.
actively planning and trying to space out her children so that she can get these two off the titas before you bring a third one in there, try to make more money before you bring a third one in there, try to
Mhm.
get your relationship straight before you bring a third one in there. I can't
Right.
criticize her or him at this point because he's finally coming around.
Exactly. And they would look real crazy trying to have a third child and their parents are still in the house.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That would look real crazy.
Oh my God, Trey, somebody, anybody, please fight Tammy. Just give her what she wants already, but make sure you beat her butt. Oh my God. Morning Paranormal Witch. Asuelo is not the brightest bulb. He brought it up with the baby blanket. Yeah, yeah, he did. He did. Um, um, oh, Paranormal Witch says Tammy and her mom can't fight at all. If the WWE sees their fight, they probably won't be a good wrestler to be hired. Oh dear.
Oh, they came from WWE. That's too bad for them.
But you don't really have to be a good wrestler. You just need to be a good actor on there.
Yeah, and have some athletic skill that they can work
Mhm.
with. Yeah, yeah. But that
Okay.
was a mess, though. I mean, the
Mhm.
mom talking about you need to apologize to me. He's like, for what? that mom took me up for what? Apologize for what? Like you came to our home, you were rude, you were disrespectful.
Mhm.
Like I'm not. I just that you could just tell that's completely cultural, like completely cultural.
Mhm.
Because nowadays, like my culture, like like the elders can get it too. I'm just saying the elders can get it too. So especially you going to somebody else's home and yelling at them, I'm like, yeah, you're gonna yell at me in my home. Mm-mm. I call security.
Yeah.
Get them both
Yeah.
out. And he did the right thing by getting them out the house because it was going south. It was done.
Yeah. I mean, they replayed that scene a lot, and it was Tammy who got up first, or was it? It was Tammy who
It
got
was
up.
Tammy who got up first, and I'm not sure like how your culture works, but in my culture, um, the moment you get out of your seat, it's an act of aggression. So whatever you get after that, you deserved it. You never get out. You never get out of your seat in aggression. You just because you're asking for a fight at that point.
Yeah, and he knows his sister. And then we have proof from the previous season where the mom had to hold back Tammy when she was jumping at a retreating um Kalani. Remember when they were on the
Yeah, she
pier?
was walking away. She was walking. She was
Yeah,
walking
she was
away.
walking away, her back was turned, and Tammy went to jump, and the mom had to hold her back. So I'm glad that they played it back so many times because it gave me a chance to look at it and go, look, he knows his sister. He knows how
Hmm.
she is. we've seen one instance of her, like, to me, that's a shady move when you try to go at somebody when their back is turned, like
Oh
it's
yeah,
like a punch or something, but you know what I mean.
bitch
Um,
move as we call it.
yeah. So it validated to me why he jumped,
Mhm.
to protect his family. Like, come
Yeah,
on,
and he
these
just.
people are supporting him,
Mhm.
you know?
And he knew there was gonna be 201 because he knew as soon as she swung, either Kalini or Kalani, they would just both gonna tear her up.
Or worse yet, Lowe was there. So how you gonna be that disrespectful in Lowe house?
Right. And I will give Kalini this credit.
Mhm.
Like, I think she's coming around him because she saw Asuelu defend her sister at every turn. She's like, he's my family now, so what? And I was like, okay, Kalini. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. She's like, I'm not going to have this one.
Mhm.
Because I'm going to give Asuelu credit. He stepped up on this. He really stepped up, and I was happy to see it.
Mhm.
You better defend your wife.
Yeah.
And they got mad at him. I'm like, see, like, when Sean, like, do you feel like he's choosing Kalani over you? She said, oh, yeah, you can see it. You can see it. I'm like, well, why wouldn't he? And
Mhm.
Kalani said the same thing. Like, look how you've treated him. I'm like, exactly.
Okay. So Tyra says, "Oh my God, I'm still out of the loop with the show, but I do know that these two do not need a third, and his mom is pushing that family." Yeah. Yeah. I guess she needed money to go back to Samoa with. I don't know.
hmm And with her, she's like, in Samoa, I'm like, y'all need to stop that because we're not in Samoa. We're going to put that out there. This is not where you are. Like, the wife listens to the husband. Look at me. I'm
Mhm.
selfless. I had 9 kids. I'm like, that's your problem. And I'm fine. You're broke. You're not fine.
And begging, broke and
Yeah,
begging.
yeah. That's not fine to me.
Right. And you know what? And I was listening to somebody else talk about another show, and they were quoting the Bible or something like that. This is not a text that I'm very familiar with, but they were saying, like, you
hmm
put your wife first, then like your kids,
hmm
and then your family. So if she's such a Christian, meaning Asuelu's mom,
hmm
shouldn't it be that the wife is first, then your kids, then your family? Why is she
Yeah,
trying to put herself first to the detriment of his wife and children?
I think I think with them it's more cultural than religion, and typically cultural ways will supersede religion based on what I've experienced.
Mm-hmm. No, I was just thinking about that because at one point they were saying that she gave so much money to the church.
Right. Yeah, Swaley said
Um,
that like she would give all their money, pretty much all their money to the church, and while the church people will be eating like really good food and really well, they will be basically left with scraps.
mm-hmm. Okay. I just think it's a contradiction there. That's all. Again,
hmm
it makes me think storyline more
Well,
than
yeah, of course.
anything else. Um, oh dear. Oh, that Tammy. I would have slapped her quick that season. Hey Tyra, you're more than welcome here. We love to have good feedback in the chat section.
Hey, Kira,
Um,
welcome.
More kids equals less money for mom. Stupid. Yeah, that's a valid point.
Right,
That's a
but
valid point.
but uh but Kamani made a good point though. Um, she said like our concern is if we even sent you money, would you give it to the church or not?
I think she giving it to the church via the bingo hall.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
She gonna be sitting there waiting on I-30 forever.
Yes. Um, uh, okay. So because she feels since she gave birth to him and raised him, then she feels like he needs to give back to her all work for raising him. There is a certain obligation that we have to our parents. I feel that in my situation now. Um, but I think we can only give what we can afford, both financially, spiritually, emotionally, mentally.
Hmm.
Eventually those taps do run dry.
Yes, but my whole thing is this: if you have 9 children, what are the other 8 doing for you? I'm just saying, because you got 9 kids and you and Tammy are harping on the Swelu. What about your
Mhm.
other 8 kids, including Tammy? What are they doing for you? Like, why aren't you talking to them? Why aren't you going back to Samoa to live with them?
Mhm.
But
I
is
d- I
I
do want to
wonder if
ask one question though. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yes, I
Mhm.
was wondering if Tammy and Asuelu are the only 2 in the states. Because we never got confirmation of where the other 7 are.
I think one was in America Samoa.
Okay.
I think remember them saying last year that one was in America Samoa, and that's how the mom got over. She had one of them kids in America Samoa. The rest are in regular Samoa, except for Asuelu, who is now in the
Yeah,
States,
that
and
was,
Tammy, who's now in the States.
okay. That's what I was wondering. Like, where? So the other ones are probably um sending money here wouldn't do much. So my thing is like, moms, no offense, but maybe you should like go back to Samoa. That way the money goes farther. And
Mm.
I agree with Kalani. Like, we probably wouldn't want to send you money. We probably want to send you gift cards or something to where you don't give all your money to the church. And I'm like, okay, I agree with that.
I wouldn't even send her a gift card. I was telling, who was it I was telling? Like ring up the local grocery store.
You telling me that you had a
Yeah,
plan. You
deposit
had
a
a whole
credit
plan.
there.
Yes.
And that way, Mama Asuelu can go there every week and get what she needs to get and just deduct it from the Asuelu family account. And only
Yeah.
Mama Asuelu can go.
Yeah.
Lacinia, I think her name is. Lacina.
Lucina. Lucina.
Yeah. So only she can go on it and buy.
Right. Yeah. You told me that. I'm like, that's a very good idea. That way you're
Yeah.
only dealing with the store, and you know that
Mm.
she can't withdraw that for cash.
And the thing is that it's food, it's needed.
Yes.
Like if the issue before was that she was giving away the money and then they had nothing to eat, there's no excuse now. You have access to feed your family,
Exactly.
you know? But whatever, you know. Um,
Libby and Andre, I take it.
yeah. They're the
There was
last ones, right? Yeah.
Yeah, there was nothing we didn't know here. Like,
Well, that Charlie's a drunk and well, we knew he was a drunk. I didn't
yeah, I
realize he
mean,
got fired though.
well, Chuck never said he got fired, but he didn't
He
deny that he got
backpedaled
fired.
on that.
Yes, he backpedaled and pussy popped on that one. He should have just said, "Look, he lost me some money. He's drinking a little too much, so we had to let him go."
Yeah.
It's a
But
little complicated.
Charlie's got his own company now.
Mhm.
And so if Charlie has his own company, there was no big whoop about competition. But then with the other girls, Jen and Becky getting their own company, all of a sudden there was a problem with competition. I didn't get that either.
I
And
did because they did that in the midst of they were only doing because they were mad that Andre's come in and shown initiative. Like, he's not waiting for someone to give him anything because he asked for the 100 G's and Chuck said no, and he's like, "But I'll bring you in and teach you the ropes," which is a good thing. And the girls were like, "Well, he's cutting us out." I'm like, "Well, I'm sorry. Like, you should be waiting on anything. Like, if you're realtors or whatever you do, you should always have like some listings on the line. Like, you shouldn't be dependent on your dad. That's ridiculous. That's dumb."
well, these are all lazy brats. I mean, they were very quick to call Libby a spoiled brat, but they all are behaving like spoiled brats.
Exactly. It's insane. I'm like, what are you doing? And it was hilarious when they played that tape back and Chuck saw what they were saying. I hollered. That was like the highlight of the night for me.
So wait, I know with the Bravo Housewives, they send the entire season to the cast right before the reunion. It
Hmm.
seems like they don't do it here. It's like
They
they
don't do that
they
here.
surprises on them.
Yes,
So
because he was
nasty.
shocked. He pretty much fell out. Like he's like his mouth would hit the floor, and I felt bad for him in that moment because you have
Montana,
your
let's see what
uh,
Montana says. Chuck finally realized he's losing his family. I'll take it a step further. I think Chuck is finally realizing the evil spawns that he's created.
I will go with more of that one because
Mm,
you throw the girls were just mad. They were irritated. That's fine, but if you're in a family business, run it like business. Like, hey, we need to have a meeting because this is how we're feeling, and you all sit down and you hash it out. And I said this before. Chuck was on the good track by having a family meeting about bringing Andre in. Where
mm,
he went wrong from the very beginning, we're going to go step two on this one. He never had a business meeting, including Andre, to define definitive roles.
mhm,
That's where he went wrong. Because with Andre like being good with his hands and demolition, he can do part of Charlie's job. And also him with his real estate license, he can do what's the other girl, Becky? He can do her job. So of course those two are going to feel like he's encroaching on our money. And I blame Chuck for that, for not having a full on company meeting to define roles.
Let me ask you a question though. Do you think Chuck actually has a brick and mortar office away from his house for this company? I feel he runs it all out of his office at home.
I was gonna say define brick and mortar.
Yeah, no, like an independent, standalone brick and mortar, like
No,
office space.
no. I would since it's a family business to cut down overhead,
Hmm.
you just run it out of your home because you can do it. You can do it. All
Hmm.
you need is an office. Like realistically, all you need is like
Hmm.
an office. Each person has their home office, and then you can hold the meetings at Chuck's house if it's big enough. Because
Interesting.
a brick and mortar is just all you do is adding to your cost when you're trying to flip quick and make money.
So I say that to say, how professional you think this place is? I think Chuck has always been in his head the person in control. And as these kids got older and more involved in the business, they have become more presumptuous in their roles in this so-called business.
I think with them, I don't think it's so much that. I think they overvalue themselves.
Yeah, and that's why they presume that they know everything, that dad takes too long. You and I can do it better. Why is he giving more attention to this person? Like, should this have gone on this long? Because once Andre asked Chuck for the $100,000 and $100,000 was shut down, and he did he said, okay, I'm not doing that, but I'll bring you into the business and I'll allow you to learn if you're willing, we'll go from there. This should have all been shut down
Hmm.
because he's not getting $100,000 from Chuck.
Nope.
One, because Chuck said no, and two, probably because he doesn't have it, because it's probably tied up
Yep.
elsewhere. So
Exactly.
why are y'all still bitching and moaning about $100,000 that is no longer on the table?
Okay, you're exactly like he said. They brought the check. Like, I said no. What are you talking about? Well, he did this. He's all like, oh, you can ask, and I have the right to say no. I'm like, exactly.
Yep.
I could see if Chuck had lent him the $100,000 and y'all being up in arms. Like, wait a minute, hold up, let's talk about that. But Chuck shut that down. Like, no, but I'll do this for you.
And okay, so I had a question to ask you.
Hmm.
I felt Andre was no help here. He's, to me, again, he's just as presumptuous as these other kids because he takes liberties and he oversteps his bounds by saying we will weed them out, and it'll just be you and I, Chuck, get rid of Charlie. Like, he is just coming in my mind, like a junior staffer, an apprentice, a management trainee type of person. You're
Mm-hmm.
learning the ropes now, but yet you're trying to dictate who is in and out of someone else's company. It's not your company. And the way how he says things is very inflammatory.
Yes, that's because he hasn't run across the right one yet.
It's a pity that Charlie doesn't have the fist to match his mouth, because to me, Andre took him out.
Yeah,
He hit the
that was
floor
sad.
hard.
That was sad. That was
Yeah,
really sad.
yeah. But Andre, I just don't like how he communicates.
But he hasn't been forced to change, and Libby co-signs that BS too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what she says. Like, no, you co-sign that BS because
Mm-hmm.
if you were really upset how he speaks, you would have been nipped down the bud.
Takeover feels like entitled. Yeah, yeah, you're right, paranormal. It would have been cheaper for Chuck to loan him the money. I don't think so, because he would have never gotten it back.
He would never got that back.
Because Andre would have just blown it and would have never seen a profit. As
Mm-mm.
much as Andre talks, Andre has no idea about what he's doing. And I'd like to see what his actual score was on that real estate test.
I bet you 70 was passing. He got 71.
I wonder how he got the 71, with how much help and from who.
Becky.
Mm.
Becky was the one who helped him study that whole time, and actually encouraged him to get his real estate license. That's why she's mad.
But you know what? If you encouraged him to get the real estate license, he would have been competing with you, whether it be in Chuck's company or outside of Chuck's company. So your argument now is invalidated. If you helped him to get the
Mm-hmm.
license, you invalidated your whole argument about him taking money away from your family.
And
Sorry.
my whole thing is like, what was $100,000 gonna do for him? I just didn't understand where he got that number from, because
Well,
you're not you because remember, you like $100,000 doesn't even get you the property.
it could, if you go to an auction, get a real piece of crap, pay a small percentage of the loan, 10-20%, and then flip it within 2 to 3 months, you might
With
be
Andre,
able.
2 or 3 months, no.
No, but I'm telling you how it could be possible. It could be.
Oh, you're going to extremes. I got you. I
I
got you.
know, but with
I got you.
with someone who has the right connections, with the right like contractor who is reliable, who comes in on budget or under budget while still doing good things, how to pull all the proper permits. Then again, it's Florida, so we could be a little lax in that. But um someone
I
who knows the
understand.
business and knows how to get things done and has the right connections that will help them to get it done.
Yeah, it's Andre and Libby. So okay,
Yeah, yeah.
that's
Ah,
yeah,
reference. Remember Jeff Lewis?
yeah,
Um,
flipping out. Yeah.
yes, he knew what to do. He had the right connections, and he had the assets in which to do it.
Mhm.
So if all went well, it ran seamlessly. But let one piece of the puzzle fall out of place and it all blew up. And that's with a
Yeah.
professional.
Correct. Which is why I'm looking at Andre like 100 G's for what?
Mm-hmm. Oh no, the drummer from the Rolling Stones has passed away. Again, showing my age. My God. Sorry. Anything else with them?
No, I think we're good.
Okay, so the next one is You, Me, and My Ex, Season 1, Episode 9, An Explosive Ending. Who do you want to start with?
Let's see. Hmm. Oh my goodness. Oh, let's start with was it Danielle, Chantel, and
Uh,
Josh? Those people? The
yeah, and
baby.
Jennifer. Yeah,
There we go.
yeah. The The baby spent 5 days in no. Chantel spent 5 days in
Mhm.
hospital, and 2 of the days the baby was in NICU.
NICU. Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, but now the baby's home. Mama and baby are happy and healthy. It was a rough slog for
Yes.
them. Um,
Yes. 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 I mean, with them, I like their dynamic. I like their
mhm.
family dynamic, and I think they are thinking about things in the right way and trying to take the right steps.
See you later,
Bye,
Montana.
Montana.
Yeah.
Because they're like, okay, once the baby gets old enough, then we'll explain to them. But until then, no, we're good.
Jennifer's mom and dad were coming in hard on them, though.
Right. And I understand their perspective. I really do. Like, but they're not going to tell the child like this is their biological dad till they're older. So they won't know that they're related
Mm-hmm.
unless one of the kids lets it slip. Like, oh, your dad's our dad. You know what I mean? Which kids will do. So I had to think about that as well. I'm like, ooh, if it comes out by accident, then the baby will be like, well, why didn't you guys tell me? Like, why didn't you tell something like that? That could be
Mm-hmm.
sticky. So they really have to like be careful with their timing.
The way how Josh was holding that baby, though.
Yes, attachment,
Yes, and he was
attachment.
really worried during the 5 days, like when he wasn't hearing any information, and it's a little girl, like because they have two boys now,
Mhm,
right? I'm sorry, there's no way he's not going to be attached. Y'all should have thought of this. Y'all should
mhm.
have thought of this ahead of time. But yeah, they're gonna wait. Um, I don't know. They're saying that Josh's title is still uncertain.
Mhm.
But yet it seems that they're looking for one big house for all of them to live in. He's gonna be the dad.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the dad. So good luck to all of them and their sister wife existence.
That's all
Um,
you can do because he's already attached to that child. I
yes.
don't care what nobody says.
Yeah, because he wasn't even listening to anything that anybody had to say. He was just there holding that baby and looking down in her face and just like enjoying every bit of that bonding moment. He's a good dad and he's an
I
involved dad.
I just like their family dynamic personally.
Mm-hmm.
Was it weird that they told random strangers their whole story? Yes, but I just like their dynamic. They're very thoughtful.
Mm-hmm.
They don't make decisions off the fly. Everything's discussed. Everything's well planned out. I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate them.
Ryan has a very good point. Given that they have this modern family, I don't understand why the child can't have two moms and a dad. What's wrong with that? Exactly.
Yeah,
If y'all so free to tell y'all story, then why not include Josh in this?
because he's definitely a part of your story. He's definitely a part of your story.
Oh, Josh has
So
a daughter with Danielle. I don't know why I thought it was a son.
I
Oh,
thought it was fun too.
it was Jennifer's son that came to the
That's right.
okay. Thank you, Ryan. I got the kids mixed up. All
Same
right,
here.
so it was Jennifer's son that came with Josh to the hospital to see Jennifer and check in and make sure that everybody was okay. And he has a daughter with Danielle. So this is his second biological daughter with Chantel. Okay, cool. All right, so uh, what if the baby starts to look just like him? Well,
Yeah.
I think they were hinting at that with regards to the
The
hair.
hair.
Yeah. That's gonna be a little mini me with him. Uh the conflicts of interest involved with this family dynamic are mind numbing. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think they just waited too late to have these discussions. Like this should have been had before agreeing to donating sperm, in my opinion.
Hmm.
Like you don't wait
Agreed.
till the child is out and here and squawking for y'all to talk about this. Makes no sense. All right, so who's next?
Let's do who,
Alex?
Alex. Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, so Alex, Caroline, and Steven. So they're engaged, and they're planning a little party to tell everybody that they're engaged.
That was
Wait,
so funny though.
was did they say that Caroline's mom, Lisa, was the last one to find out?
She was the last one to meet.
To
I
meet
think
him.
she.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh my god. I like the dynamic between Caroline and her mom, because although they have an awkward relationship, it seems like both are still trying and both of them want it to improve.
Mhm.
Um, the little petty fours and desserts and all of that Alex did, they did a really good job with that.
Yes.
When his sister came in, I was like, "Really, girl, you loud."
Yeah.
Like
She
everything
was doing the.
stopped when his sister came.
You would think she was auditioning for being on the show. Like she was auditioning for a spinoff or something.
Mm-hmm. But Steven didn't come, did he? And it seems
Mm-mm.
like he's backed off a little bit.
Right.
But then we see it. Well, they make the announcement and whatever, they're engaged. Great. Caroline's telling her mom she wants to have a black wedding dress, and Lisa is like having a minor heart attack.
Right.
Um, but she's willing to offer any of the 4 wedding dresses that she has to either of her daughters.
That was funny when I'm like, you have an array to choose from. I'm like, ah.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to jinx my marriage with any of those 4 failed wedding dresses, but good on you, Lisa, for
Right.
making the offer. Uh,
Exactly.
and at the end, we get an update that Steven doesn't call anymore. He's left his mom's basement and now he visits them in person
Right.
every day.
I'm like, okay.
So, y'all angling for season 2 of this mess.
Exactly.
Not interested.
Mm-mm.
All right. So you want to get April, John, Roy, and Lauren over with?
Yeah.
They get married, meaning April and John get married. He
Mm-hmm.
dresses up in his military uniform. Was that Army that he was in?
It looked like
Or
Army to me.
yeah, I wow, she just goes through the military, don't she?
Yeah.
Um, benefits are good. Lauren's her maid of honor. Roy did not attend the ceremony, but he does make an appearance afterwards. Um, wait, I said Roy, right?
Roy
Roy?
makes an
Yeah.
appearance at the end. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. But then you see April second guessing her decision to rush
Right.
into a marriage with John. Girl, you've been married for 4 years. What you mean rush into a marriage with John?
Exactly.
And at the end it says that she goes to visit California regularly. What is
Yes.
going on?
But
I don't
remember,
understand it.
I said this, and I think you agree with me that Roy's in his feelings because he wasn't the one who filed. She's the one who
Mm,
filed because she felt he wasn't emotionally there. And he
child.
remember in the interview. Did you see the awkwardness in that interview with John? Did you see how uncomfortable he was when they were talking about their relationship, Roy and April?
Mm-hmm. But
I
he's
was like,
always had insecurities about that.
right, but he went pale to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh no, she still loves him. And he was like, especially when Roy said, I never got a chance to fight. I never got a chance to fight for you. I was like, ooh, and they panned over to him. I'm like, oh no. I
Oh
felt
my
so
God.
bad for him. And when April was like, well, and the way April looked at Roy and they looked at each other, she was like, well, I have been fighting for years. I was like, yeah, this is not bad. John's gone. And you're living in his house? Mm-mm. And then we find out she's taking those frequent trips? Mm-mm.
But why would
Mm-mm.
she have to go over to California though? All the
Right.
children are there with her, even the ones that
Exactly.
don't belong to Roy. Um, she's just messy. And you know what that scene made me wonder? Remember they got her and John got married in secret?
Hmm.
Do you think that Roy was trying to like fight for her but didn't know that she had already went and married John in secret? Because it took 4 months for that to come out.
I think so.
Oh, she's just messy. Both of these men should leave her. She is messy. God. I lost my internet connection. I had to restart my router. Oh my God. I thought that only happens to me. Oof. Do you have Netgear? Is it Netgear that I have? I can't even remember. Um, I find it problematic when Stephen visits Alex and Caroline daily. That's too close for comfort. Yes.
Yes. Agreed.
But they don't have to let him in. He could sit out on the porch.
Shut up. They don't have to let him in.
They don't. That's called trespassing.
You are brutal.
Well, if I
You
don't
you
want
you
somebody in my house, I don't let you in. What are
you
you
can sit in
doing
the
here?
you can sit in the car.
Not even, because then you turn into a stalker because you keep looking at my house. So I'm going to call 911.
You just do not play with trespassers.
Right. And if the cops ask me, do I know that person? What person? No, I don't. I don't. I've never seen that person before in my life.
Messy.
But that is weird. Why are you going over to their house every day? Like, do you not work? Stephen, come on now. They have a monopoly on the property and the service is trash. Oh, okay, okay. Gotcha, Ryan. Okay, so on to the last ones. This was so disappointing for me, but yet predictable.
Right.
Kay, Jerry, and Jessica. We don't have any other couples to talk about, right? Just these two,
No,
these three.
this is the four.
Okay, so Kay goes and quarantines for another 14 days so that she can be in contact with Jerry, and so that they could do a final interview, the three of them together on a couch. Kay comes in with a bunch of balloons so that she can punch the balloons instead of Jerry and Jessica. She has written out everything that she wants to say because she doesn't want to forget anything. And I was just so tired of these threesomes. I was so disappointed in Jerry for turning on Kay and
Right.
siding with Jessica. Um, I do feel like something was going on with Jerry
Agreed.
and Jessica.
Yep. We said that.
Um, and I think that he got this girl because he thought she was stupid and would fall for this.
True.
And
Still
he was
agreeing.
so quick to flip on Kay and basically insinuating that she's ghetto trash. Well, you wanted to fuck that ghetto trash. So what that make you? Like, oh, girl, run. Kay, run.
And Jessica's just being smart. I'm like, you only being smart because of security around.
Mm-hmm.
Because you wouldn't say that in the street.
Mm-hmm.
That
I
was
just
my thing.
didn't, yeah, I didn't like how this went. I don't like the nasty little comments that Jessica makes.
Mhm.
If anyone here is a manipulator, it is Jessica. She's just out
Agreed.
for herself, and that's it. And she proved that because at the end it says that Jessica moved back to Utah and Jerry's back to online dating, trying to find some other young chick to scam. I want to know what he does for a living. I want to know his net worth, and I want to know about his illness and where that is. Because if Jessica could go back to Utah, you really
Right.
didn't need anybody there to take care of you. You looked fine to me. And if you can have sex, which is rigorous with little young things, you seem fine. I'm sorry, Jerry. I don't buy any of it.
Me personally, I want to know why she moved back to Utah.
I don't know.
Personally, I want to know that because it makes no sense for you to be there all
Mm-hmm.
this time. You mess up the relationship with the girlfriend, and then you all of a sudden move back. It's just very odd. What was your purpose?
Mm-hmm.
Was your sole purpose just to make sure he didn't have nobody, or did
Probably.
or did something happen after the show and it just went south?
Probably the paycheck wasn't there anymore.
Oh, then you get asked back. Gotcha.
I mean, maybe Jerry was like, "Well, okay, you got this money from TLC for being on the show, so why do I need to continue supporting you?"
Uh,
And
he dumped her. He dumped her.
no, he said you could stay. I'm giving you a roof over your head and a room, room and board and stuff. Like, you come warm my bed and continue your physical therapy on me. But you got that check from TLC, and she was like, bump this. I don't need you. I'm going back to
That
Utah.
that is too funny. I can see that happening though.
Okay, I wouldn't be able to keep a straight face if I was Jessica. Ciao. Hey, Heidi. Jerry did okay, dirty from day. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Ryan. I agree with this. It was from the moment she walked in that house and he took her upstairs and told her that she could sleep in the closet on the
Closet.
floor. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. I don't know, Jamal. Jessica just might throw hands for Jerry, sadly. Only if she knew she was beneficiary.
Yes.
Did Jerry cheat on Jessica in the past? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. They talked about it briefly. That was the breakdown of their marriage, was he had an indiscretion. It was probably somebody similar to Kay. That's why she
Mhm.
has so many hard feelings for Kay. Oh my god. So
She
yeah,
had
that
flashbacks. She had flashbacks. She
eh,
had flashbacks.
you trying to say she had, what is it, PTSD? She
Yep.
like
She saw Kate.
Robin?
She saw Kate walk through the door. She's like, oh no,
Not
not another
again.
one. You
Not
right.
again.
Because Jerry only goes for real young girls.
Oh, that's true.
So she
Yep.
saw Kay, had a flashback, had a whole moment, and she just instantly said, like, you know what? I hate you already. I don't even know you,
Hmm.
but I hate you.
And I agree with you, Ryan. I would have been out the door after seeing that he wanted to put me in the closet.
Exactly.
No, ma'am. Kay stayed many days too long after that. And yeah, Jessica ruined it on purpose. She got what she needed, money from Jerry and then money from TLC, and she went back to her life in Utah,
Mhm.
And probably in her mind, he cheated on her again,
Mhm.
So whatever. This was a weird show. Um, I'm not sure if I'm invested in season two, if there's a season two.
Me either.
Yeah.
I would like to see Alex and Caroline's wedding to see if he gets married in a tracksuit tuxedo, but other than that, I wouldn't care.
I would want to see the decor. I don't care whether he gets dressed up in a tuxedo or not, or a tracksuit or not. But I would like to see the decor and see what his vision is. I would like to see the food,
Mhm.
and I would like to see what Lisa wears.
The same.
Yeah, it was just enough episodes. Yeah, like 9 episodes. Like I like the 9 episode capsule. These mini seasons.
They're easier to digest,
Yes.
and they cut it
Uh,
off. They cut it off right before you get really mad and tune out.
Okay, so Trey wants to know if we're covering I Love a Mama's Boy season 2. That's coming on this Sunday in the place of You, Me, and My Ex, I think. I might
Mm.
do it if the Afghani mom is on there.
Shaquille.
Yeah.
Shaquille mama. We can do a whole show around her. Forget everybody else.
Hmm.
She was gold.
She was. She was.
And yeah, we gotta do Whitney
Oh,
though. We have to do Whitney because I'm everybody. I'm telling them like the first episode of My Big Fat Fabulous Life is hilarious. It's gonna be a
mhm.
whole train wreck this season, and they're letting us know that from episode one.
Oh my God.
It's a whole train wreck. I'm like, you know what? Whenever I'm team hashtag friends, you know it's bad.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Okay.
Heidi, I've already saw episode one. It's a train wreck.
I have it on my DVR. I'll watch. I'll watch. And probably we'll talk about it next Tuesday.
Yeah,
We'll do episode 1 and 2.
right. But like I said, when you watch the first episode, don't get mad right away. Just understand it's gonna be a train wreck. That's what I'm gonna tell you. As I've seen it, just don't get mad. Just be like, okay, this is where we are now. Okay.
Oh my God.
And the whole buddy and Whitney situation, that's hilarious too. She big mad. She
Oh
mad.
Lord.
You'll see when you see why she's mad, you're gonna be like, okay, this is what you go back. This is what we're doing this season.
Oh Jesus. All right. Oh, and Heidi, I saw you covered the first episode, and because I didn't watch the episode yet, I purposely did not watch your show. So I'm still fresh. I have no idea what's going on. I will try to watch it this week along with, and I have episode 2 set to record tonight. So we'll give it a whirl. We'll give it a whirl. So everybody, tomorrow it's Love After Lockup
Yes.
Day. So everybody put on your best prison garb and bring your prison deep fry kit. Did you see that video?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you get an aluminum soda can and you cut off the bottom.
Yes,
You
the
put
ghetto
hair
fryer,
grease. Yeah, you put
the
hair
ghetto
grease
fryer.
in it and a piece of tissue paper as the wick, and then the top you make a vent and you put your oil in it, and then you slip it on top, and it's just really weird. And you can do a prison deep fry.
I saw someone sent the video, but I didn't watch it yet. Now I gotta go watch it.
It's quite interesting. Like you can, I guess, deep fry 2 French fries at a time. I don't know. But you know
That's not.
what? Ingenuity.
Yeah, you got to. You got to.
Oh my God. So, any final thoughts, my friend?
No, we are good.
Okay, so guys, leave your comments below on TLC Tuesday today. Let us know your thoughts for next week, and if you're, excited about us covering Whitney or not. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and most importantly, tell a friend. We really do appreciate you joining in with our merry little crew. So until next time, Jamal.
But of course.
Bye.
Bye.